Well, it's not yet very clear exactly how it started. There are many stories. One of the major stories is that some of the thugs and security tried to lure some of the families of the martyrs of the first 18 days of the revolution from a sit-in they had in front of the television station in Cairo, which is near Tahrir Square, saying that there are families which are being honored, families of martyrs who are being honored by an NGO and the government, and why aren't you honored? Some of the families say we never saw these people before, and they think that they are among the agents of the security who tried to break up their sit-in and lure them away. When they went to the stage or the theater where this commemoration was happening, the honoring was happening, a clash happened between them and the police, and then they started going towards Tahrir. Before they went to Tahrir, surprisingly, three forces of the police started attacking Tahrir with immense amount of tear gas, and thugs joined the police with swords, and these are very well-known thugs. They are pictures, they are videoed, and so on. So in fact, there was no demonstrations in Tahrir. It was very much obvious that it's instigated by the police to abort a call for a demonstration by all the democratic and left forces on the 8th of July to the continuity of the revolution and to press their demands forward. However, when the police started attacking Tahrir, the youth and the different forces members very automatically started going to Tahrir to protect it against the police, and these were joined by people living in the neighborhood in the fight against the police and in front of the Interior and the Ministry of Interior. Many people were arrested, and there was something like 1,200 people that were injured. We don't know if there are any people killed, but at least we know some are critically in a critical stage in hospital. Since then, there has been a sit-in. However, I think the most important thing is that it opened the file of the role of the police that has reorganized itself and is really leading a vendetta with the people in general, not only the political, and leading a role in the counter-revolution. It's putting a lot of question marks on what is happening and who are the forces that are interested to stop the revolution at any cost and to break up the democratic space that has been gained by the people through their struggle during the last 5 months. It's important to note that actually the last day which made Mubarak abdicate, forced Mubarak to abdicate, it was when all the workers nearly all over Egypt joined the movement and made a mass national strike and a civil disobedience day, and that's when Mubarak had to abdicate, and they declared their abdication. Now the second stage of the revolution, which we are still in, or we can even say we're entering really a third stage. The second stage, there was two things happening. In the beginning, the people continued to press for other changes. The government that came even after Mubarak abdicated, headed by one of the army officers, was toppled. A new government came. The prime minister of the new government went to Tahrir Square and declared that he is coming to represent them, and if he fails, he will come back to them. And the police the government promised to reorganize the police. They refused the IMF conditions. They opened the passway between Gaza and Egypt. So there were many very positive aspects. The internal security was supposed to have been reorganized. So there were many positive victories. But later on, counter-revolution also started reorganizing itself and attacking. And the first stage was in this counter-revolution in the end of the second stage of the revolution, if I may say, it was to split the movement. The first split was between the Muslim Brotherhood and the other politically Muslim groups, split from the left and the democratic forces. Although during the first 18 days everybody was together, the Bible and the Quran were held together, veiled and non-veiled were holding each other with the victory sign and fighting together. Muslims were protecting Christians and Christians were protecting Muslims, but this now the split. The other strategy of the counter-revolution was the use of sectarian strife, where churches were burned, some Christians were attacked and so on, instigating and using some Muslim fundamentalists, but it was discovered very by fact that some of the police and security were leading this counter-revolutionary. So the last demonstration that happened, I just talked about, the last incident, shows how the counter-revolution has regained and reorganized itself and is attacking, but the people are still insisting to counter this and to move forward, and this is the great thing.